So, behalf of MMDC, I would like to welcome each and everyone over here. So, I would like to start the presentation with an amazing quote that the best of all and the most beautiful creations in the world is an educated person. To become an educated individual, first you have to understand the true meaning and relevance of education. Education is just not about reading, writing, or becoming topper. It is more than that, right? And a smart, entirely educated person looks like they have everything under control. Their life, their finances, their career, and everything else seems to be in order. And in my belief, people once gave up on the thought saying, how could I ever become like that? Today in my presentation, I will let you know how you can become just like that and what makes these individuals unique. So, hello everyone, myself Yamshi Aaliya. Today I am going to tell about the 9 signs of a highly educated individual. Sir, please next slide. They are intellectually curious. Have you ever noticed that highly educated individuals always want to know more? They are lifelong learners and they are always make an effort to learn more about themselves. And an intellectual person always wants to know why. Their whys are bottomless. Like example, why is it raining? Because there are clouds in the sky. Why are there clouds? Because water condensed. Why did water condensed? Etc. like that. And they will never tire of this. If you ask them why they want to know all these things, so they will stare at you blankly because to them, knowledge itself is the only goal. They get a dopamine rush from the knowledge. And intellectual curiosity is important for keeping our mind sharp and is important in every age. So it's pretty much safe to say that highly educated individuals will be learning until their last day. So next slide, please. They can think creatively. Creative thinking is the ability to come up with unique original solutions. We can take an example of Newton's law. We all know about Newton's gravitational force. He discovered when he was sitting under an apple tree, when an apple fell on his head, that prompted him to suddenly come up with his law of gravity. So apple falling is normal for us, but Newton thought just outside of the box and discovered gravitational force. So, creative thinking helps us to see interesting ways to solve difficult problems. It also helps to it also helps us to discover underlying meaning, which is not evident for everybody else. So, I guess Newton's example is the exact definition of creative thinking. Yes, the next slide. They are observant. Yes, observing is the first step of learning, and educated individuals know this fact. Observing is the only thing by this we can learn everything. When we were babies, then we have learned everything by observing only. On that time, we were also an observant. If we were not, then we would not know how to walk, talk, or even eat. So, have you ever asked to yourself that when we have learned everything by observing only, so why we have left this habit now? Nowadays, everyone is busy to expressing themselves, but an educated person avoids to expressing himself every time. They sit in the corner silently and observe people around them. So, learn how to observe correctly, and you will start seeing the world in a different light. If you are not able to observe what's going on around you, then you will miss a lot of learning lesson in your life. Yes, the next slide. They live by defined spiritual and philosophical values. Educated individuals take out the time to learn about themselves. They discover their physical capabilities of their bodies, their values, uh, and principles as well. If you can have a PhD and be a professor, but if you don't have a spiritual dimension in life, you are no better than a cat or a dog, right? Because both animals and men share the activities of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. But the special property of the humans is that They are able to engage in spiritual life. Without spiritual life, humans are not on the level of animals. So, having core values and philosophies helps to define your goals and aspirations better. So we are not humans beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So when you have no idea who you are or what your core values are, you become like a leaf falling from the tree. Yes, the next slide. They are confident in their skills. So highly educated individuals are super confident in their skills, in the sense a clear message that says, I am the perfect person for this job due to my skill set. This show of confidence is necessary for winning jobs, meeting new people, and even going up in their career. So, I can give my personal experience over this topic. When I joined MMDC as an accountability partner, that time I was not confident enough. I was feeling I am not suitable for this job. Even I was not satisfied with my skills as well. But then I started acting that I am perfect for this job and I can do everything. And you know what? What happened? I become the person what I was acting for. So I was just letting you know that educated individual don't think about the results. They work and leave the rest. So avoid thinking too much about what people think. Be confident in your skill and surround yourself with confident people who act confident really well. If they are really confident, observe them and learn from them. If they are acting well, learn acting from them because sometimes it has to be needed. Yes, the next slide. They empower the people around them. Well, it is technically impossible for one person to completely act alone without the help of other people. So, as we are talking about a educated individual, so we can surely take an example of Amit sir. He made and also making an effort to empower the people around him. In previous slide, I have given my example, but I did not mention who empowered me. And not only me, he empowered everyone. That's why he formed a community, or we can say he formed MMDC family. And he has empowered all of us in such a way that now we all can empower others. I really feel empowered sometimes because now I use my power to empower other people. So, by empowering others, you are putting them in a position to grow. And educated people do this, and at last, as a result, they will become a leaders. Yes, the next slide. They know how to handle conflicts. So, conflicts are necessary part of every type of relationship. Educated individuals understand that conflicts don't necessarily mean the end of the relationship. In fact, after the conflicts, their relationship becomes even better than before. Because educated people don't involve their ego, they try to understand what their partners want or understand their demands as well. So, and they face conflicts with patience and understand situation, then they deal with it. There are many ways to resolve conflict, and the best one is with patience and adjustment. And educated people know this fact. And they don't judge too early, they don't get angry, they know themselves and they take everything into account. Yes, the next slide. They strive for near perfection. Perfection is found in accepting your imperfection. Educated individuals may delay opening the door in front of them until they are absolutely certain they can do it perfectly because they know they never achieve fully what they strive for. If you strive for 100%, you will maybe get 64. If you strive for 64, you get a less than that. So that's why they aim high so that they can achieve at least half at the end. When you strive for perfection, you can make things more enjoyable. it will help to understand easily, and also it will help to improve your works and make your world as a better place. Yes, the next slide. They can work without guidance. One of the most important qualities of highly educated individual is the fact they can work without guidance. Their confidence saves them from being dependent on others. Learning to work on your own requires a certain level of trust in yourself. And here is the best example. Sandeep Chaudhary is an IPS officer and he cleared the UPSC exam in his first attempt without coaching, without any guidance. So, life itself is a teacher who teaches us a lot of things. And educated individual learn everything from their life. So you have to trust yourself every time to complete task on your own. So thank you everyone. I am done with this presentation here. Thank you so much for taking your time and listening to this presentation.
I would like to, yes, thank you so much, Yamshi. The reason why we did this particular presentation today was just to tell you the growth that is possible. So Yamshi, when she had joined our system, she was an accountability partner. She was a learner with us initially, then she became an accountability partner. And just look at the way she speaks in today's date. This is kind of an inspiration, might serve as an inspiration for all of you, that what is the level of growth you can experience if you just follow what we have been telling you. So that is highly, highly possible. The second reason that we gave all of you this particular presentation was, number one, that we talked upon certain basic elements of MMDC. Just wanted to revise those concepts. One was the concept of a lifelong learner. An educated person is always curious. He keeps on finding out opportunities to learn more and more. Okay, they are curious and they just keep on finding out one more reason to learn. It's not possible that you are not curious and you will be able to learn. So we are having a lot of systems and processes over here. The only thing that is required is that you use this particular system in the proper way, and you will definitely be able to move to your next level of communication, your next level of fluency. If Yamshi can do it, you can do it too. So that is a possibility, a particular thing for all of you. It's time now to move to the next section, which is basically the Performer of the Day awards and the vote of thanks, which will come once again from Yamshi. Yamshi, over to you.